If you remember in the previous video, we created a Python program that was able to go to adidas.com and pull the current size information for a model number that we typed in. In this video, we will input a model number and a shoe size, and it will continue scanning Adidas's website until either that shoe size or model number is in stock, and then we'll call another function. So to successfully do this, you're going to need proxies and random headers. I get rotating proxies from a site called Storm Proxies. It's $14 a month for 70,000 rotating IPs and a maximum of 10 threads. I'll put a link to them down below. They're the ones that I'll be using in this video. After you've purchased those, you're going to want to go over to the members section on the site, and you want to import your current IP address into the authorized IP field. On my computer it says redacted, but yours should say your current IP address. Then you can set the location settings to worldwide. Then we're going to go back to the program to add in this information. Actually, before going into your program, you're going to want to clone that Github repository that I have linked in the description. Take that .py and the .csv, and you're going to want to put it in the same directory as your ShoeBot program.
Import threading, import random headers. Then we define the proxies that are found in the main gateways box on Storm Proxies. Then we're going to need to edit the checkstock function to actually use the proxies and random headers.
So to edit this, I'm just going to remove the model variable, which really didn't need to be there in the first place, so we're going to leave a URL variable. Remove any defined headers. Set the headers to the load header function in the random headers program, and set the proxies equal to the proxies that you defined early on. And then I'm going to edit the function to return the size list rather than print it. This is so we can use the checkstock function within another program and then manipulate the size list that it returns. We're then going to create a function called doSomething, which is going to be our placeholder for the function that will buy the shoe. For now, I'm just going to set it to print so that we know that that function was correctly called, but we will be changing that in another video. I'm going to create a function called SneakerBot. We're going to add a model variable and set the default size equal to none. We're going to do while true so it's continuous, and we're going to try so it'll ignore errors. URL is going to be equal to the Adidas URL that we used early on in the video without the size code at the end. We're going to then call the checkstock function with that URL, and if the size that you inputted when you called the SneakerBot function is not equal to none, we're going to check to see if the size that you inputted is in that sizes list that was just returned by the checkstock function. Or else we're going to call the doSomething function for every single size that's currently in stock. And then we're going to add an exception and pass any errors that it finds. Alright, so if you're still with me, this is what your code should look like, and right now we're going to start writing what is probably the most difficult line in the entire program. The function that we're calling is going to be SneakerBot. Arguments are going to be model number and size, but we're going to create a list that's going to contain all of the sizes that we're going to want to buy, and we're going to call it size list. Then we're going to create another variable. It's going to be an integer, and it's going to be called thread count. This is going to indicate how many threads we want running simultaneously. And then we're just going to start all of these threads at once. Model number is just going to be the same one I've been using for a while. Size list is just going to be 4 random sizes, can be whatever ones you want. And then set your thread count variable to either 10 or a number that's less than 10. Then we're going to try to run it, and you'll see that I run into an error because I didn't put an equal sign after the word args. If you guys caught that, then good on you. You're all set. I don't know how I didn't catch that before. And then you'll see that I forgot to put an S after random header in the import. If you guys are following along in the video, just double check that because you probably did the same thing because I said it wrong. So we'll fix that, and you can see now that it does run. So this code continues scanning Adidas's website until it finds that the shoe is in stock, and then when it finds it's in stock, it runs the doSomething function. So in the next video, we'll be working with that doSomething function to make it actually do something that we would want it to do.